Welcome to today's podcast. Today we're talking about water. I have two guys here from Lamor. You want to introduce yourself, guys?
Okay, so my name is Petri Vänskä. I'm a head of Lamor Water Technologies.
All right. Welcome.
And my name is Mika Pirneskoski. I'm the CEO of Lamor.
Okay, cool. So water and clean water, I guess, is the topic today. You guys are in charge of clean water, right?
Yeah, in Lamor we would like to see the water as a non-ending circle. So clean water as potable water is as important as wastewater, and especially the purification technologies in both sectors. So we can talk about water in general.
Okay. So what are you guys really doing for clean water, so to speak?
Well, like I mentioned, in Lamor we see the whole circulation. So Lamor provides technologies to wastewater purification in municipal side, also in industrial side, but also potable water treatment plants.
Okay.
And
so around the world?
I want to go back to Petri's point there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamor has its history in oil spill response equipment and services. So whenever you have an oil spill or an oil spill response operation, there's going to be oil on water, oil on soil, and when the oil is on soil, obviously it can migrate to groundwater. It can pollute wells. It can pollute the groundwater. It can have a huge effect on a big number of people. So even though we haven't had the water treatment solutions business unit or segment within the corporation for that long, I mean, we've always dealt with the issue of preserving the water bodies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So you guys have products that help you clean the water if there is a outburst, or what do you say?
So basically, I mean, Lamor's history lies within the oil spill response equipment industry, if you like. So we have all the containment equipment, so we contain the oil spill, so that would be the likes of booms, etc. Then we have we've traditionally had skimmers that you can use to collect the oil from the surface of the water. But then when the spill hits ashore, goes to the beach, then you can't use these traditional equipment anymore, and then you need to use different methodologies.
Okay.
So
this is the kind of a new part that what you're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, we started
segment.
with oil spill response services 10 to 15 years ago. We really started investing in it in 2014. We acquired a couple of companies in South America who were in this type of services for a long time. We have treatment centers there. So that's when we really started investing more in the service side. And at that same time, we saw that in most of our service projects, it's not only soil, it's not only waste, it's also a liquid waste stream, which is namely water. So we started working with Petri's company 3-4 years ago. We also acquired a factory in Brazil at that same time and started really investing in exploring the possibility of offering water treatment applications and solutions for our clientele.
Okay. So Petri, you had your own company, but you're now working for Lamor, right?
Yeah, Lamor and my company Vodaflow, they were merged.
Okay.
And nowadays I'm fully blown Lamorian, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I would like to go back to the topic that water is non-ending circle and give you an example of that.
Please do.
For example, in mining waters, if the waters are not purified in proper way, and the water is discharged to the lower water bodies, such as in lakes and so on. The Finland is known by its thousands of lakes, and we would always like to say that you can drink directly from the lakes and so on.
Yeah.
But if we don't purify the industrial waters in proper way, we will pollute the rivers and the lakes and so on. So Lamor offers services and technologies, for example, to the mining industry to purify its wastewaters, but also we can purify water bodies which are already polluted in a way that those can be used in potable water. I don't mean that we will purify the whole lake, but we can use those waters which contain, for example, heavy metals and so on, and these technologies, we can purify that water to be used as potable water.
All right, so you got a some kind of a device that you push the water through, and it will, take everything bad away, or how you say
Unfortunately, not exactly. It's not kind of like a mumbo jumbo box and then the water is purified. We tailor-made all the products according to the customer need. So, for example, in mining industry, we would first analyze the waters, and then we would design the purification process, and we would deliver that. It's exactly the same in potable water. First, we analyze the incoming water, then we design the process, and then we assemble and provide that to the client.
All right, so it's a service at the same time. So
yes,
it's the whole nine yards, as they say.
Yeah, we can offer turnkey solutions, provide water as a service, or sell only the equipment, whatever is necessary.
Okay. So what do you guys especially do within the company? You say you're now working for Lamor, but what do you really do? You go around the world, or you stay in Finland?
Yeah, we both travel a lot, but my current position is to develop Lamor's water business here in headquarters in Porvoo.
Okay.
And what does that mean in practice? So we have 18 country units within the group. We've identified a couple of key markets to start with. Some of them in South America, some of them closer by, and Petri is now responsible for developing water treatment application sales capabilities within those country units, and then creating a portfolio that can really be sold. In addition, he is also working on a couple of solutions for our internal projects on the service side, such as treatment of oily sludge, treatment of drill cuttings that have a substantial amount of wastewater within those projects.
Okay. So what are the plans for let's say the next 2 to 5 years? Where do you guys see this side of Lamor's business going, and what are the the dreams of where you would like to be within the next 5 or 10 years?
Maybe that is a question that Mika wants to answer, because he is the new CEO.
Yeah, so basically what we've identified as a company is that we have 3 main business segments. One is oil spill response, the other one waste management, and the third is water treatment applications or water treatment solutions. We see all of those 3 segments as key to the growth of the company. And obviously, with the addition of water, we can now serve a wider scope for our current clients. So there are significant upsell and cross-sell possibilities within the existing projects that we're already doing. One of them being in Ecuador. I mean, just to give you an example, we have a potential with a local oil company or national oil company, and the drill cuttings of that project are worth approximately $4 million over 18 months. But if you add the drilling fluids and the water in it, it's going to be $12 million. So the water stream is twice as big as the solid waste stream.
Well, that's interesting, because I guess there's so many different levels of things you need to do to be more, to keep our planet safe, so to speak. So there's water, dealing with oil and water. We were talking about the other podcast the other day. We were talking about all the plastic and everything. So that's one side, and cleaning the rivers and so on. And having clean water is one of the most important things we need to have at this planet. So,
and if you look at the macro trends, at least to me, it seems that providing proper potable water is a real goal for a lot of governments globally. If you go to South America, in most of the middle and upper middle class people, they don't drink your tap water. They still buy the water in plastic bottles.
Yeah.
And now that we have this movement against plastic, I think that's going to change significantly. So governments also need to invest in improving their capability to offer potable water from the taps.
Yeah. And I hope they do, because, you know, the plastic is, even though it's bad, it's also good at the same time. There's a lot of, you know, places where you need to have, you know, the plastic as a transporting food or something. But then at the same time, like you said, there's a lot of people buying their water on plastic bottles, which is...
Yeah, and just to give you an example of the cost for major oil company, I mean, if they provide all of the water to a drilling rig in form of plastic bottle, it's going to be 700 times more expensive than using a tanker to provide the same amount of water.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's expensive then. Yeah. So Petri, what are your thoughts on now you're working for Lamor and you had your own company? Was it worth it?
Well, we'll see. I truly believe that it is. We had really small company, and we were struggling with the growth that we wanted to gain. And this opportunity with Lamor provides us the possibility to grow and still be almost like entrepreneur. So I'm really happy for this.
Yeah, and you see that your company is now in good hands, so to speak. You're part of the whole growth.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to be part of Lamor's crew, and as we have heard, the key goal is actually provide something better for the globe, and I cannot see any better way to do business than do this kind of like sustainable business and providing something good for the globe and the next generations as well.
Yeah, sounds good.
And if I may add something there, and I personally believe that providing integrated environmental solution is going to be the key to Lamor's growth. I mean, not offering only water, not only waste, not only oil spill, but then combining all of these three segments into one portfolio, offering it as a turnkey service or turnkey solution to the end client.
Yeah.
So we're not going to compete with the individual technology providers, individual service providers, but we'll be a one-stop shop, so to speak, and that will create a significant competitive advantage for us.
That is very good. Very good. Well, thank you, guys. That was informative.
Thank you.
Thank you.